The Building Alcohol Ad-Free Transit campaign, also known as BAAFT, is fighting to remove alcohol ads throughout the MTA. Here to tell us more about the petition is BAAFT Representative Kylie Cortez, and we're good to have you here.
Thank you.
So we talk about alcohol, and BAAFT, as we know, Building Alcohol Ad-Free Transit, if people don't know. When we talk about alcohol ads on transit, people see it, they pay attention to it, and you say no way.
Yes, because as you said, people see it. It's not only adults who see these alcohol ads, it's also youth who see these alcohol ads. Over 670 youth take the train to get to school. So when you talk about who's seeing the ads, it's school kids who are seeing the ads. And when we talk about underage drinking, and if we're trying to stop underage drinking, they're seeing these ads and they're out in the open, and it's targeted towards young people so that they could purchase those alcohol or whatever they're advertising.
So you're really standing up on behalf of the rights for young people, saying, listen, that they should not be targeted with this kind of publicity.
Yes. If you look at statistics, over 7,000 ER visits are due to underage drinking. And besides just those ER visits, underage drinking is a problem across New York City, especially inner city boroughs such as the Bronx. And it affects the kids who are mostly minorities, who come from poverty-stricken places or who are people of color. And it just adds on to their already chaotic lifestyle that they have to live in those type of boroughs and those type of lifestyles. So
in your ideal sense, what you'd like to see is transit, but no alcohol on subways and buses, no alcohol ads and of the like. So you've got this effort going. So talk to us about the effort and where you are today.
So it started a couple of years ago, and basically what they do is obviously they have to get community signatures. They have to go around talking on behalf of why they should they take the alcohol ads out. They have to do research on showing proof on how this affects underage drinking and even adults in general. They also have to, we've done rallies in City Hall in front of the MTA building, and we've even gone to public hearings in the MTA committee hearings where we, as whether you're a community or working for BAAFT, speak on behalf of why this should happen.
So when you speak, what's the reaction that you get from people?
So last month, actually two people on the community of MTA actually agreed that we should further look into taking alcohol ads out of the MTA.
And are you optimistic that this will happen? Because it's a really uphill battle.
Yes, I'm very optimistic, because if you look at something not very long ago that happened, they took off tobacco ads from the MTA property. And so if you can take something that brings on a lot of income for the tobacco industry, and they took that off of MTA property, then something like alcohol can happen as well.
How do you feel what are the effects, if you feel, of having these alcohol ads? Because they're out there, but what are the effects?
So I work closely with the young generation, ages 8 to 19. And we once took these children, two different groups, around 8 to 13 and then 14 to 19, around their community to see how alcohol targets them as a community and as young people. They've taken pictures and they realized, well, these alcohol ads, they affect me because they put it next to juices or they'll put it next to toys. And it's the same thing with alcohol ads on MTA property. They'll put it next to a Minion trailer poster, or they'll say you have to walk like a Yankee to be a Yankee. And these kids are very aware of their surroundings, so therefore they know what's going on. And that's how we can bring them to be aware of how alcohol is not only bad for them, but how they are targeted as a community.
So when you're speaking to young people, are they receptive of this dialogue?
Yes, especially the young ones, the 8-year-olds, they'll be like, Miss, I was in Rite Aid, or I was on the train and I saw this liquor and it was right next to this movie I want, and why would they do that to us?
So they do get the message.
Yes.
So as the message is being rolled out, obviously you're trying to get more and more young people aware and then also on board with what you're doing. What are the efforts to really get more people behind you?
We just, like I said earlier, we go around, they go to different organizations, they make their statement. They're very big on social media, making sure people, young people and adults, use hashtags like MTA, we don't want you, don't ruin our kids or something like that. And they're just very big in spreading the word so that we can have more people on board for our cause.
So if people want to get involved with the cause, what do they do?
You can follow us on Twitter at BAAFT, just at BAAFT Transit, and they'll have events such as rally meetings or public hearings, or any other way you will want to get involved with the cause. They'll have that information on there.
Do you find that there's a lot of challenges in getting the message out and also getting the message to be received? Like, for instance, you talk about that. Talk about elected officials, because obviously I know that you've championed them and tried to get them to be involved with that. What's been their response?
We've actually have many co-sponsors from the city council resolution. So a lot of city officials are on board, especially in the Bronx and the inner city, like Queens and Brooklyn. They're all involved, and they want to push this forward.
Do you think we'll see something happen in the near future?
Yes.
How soon?
I don't know.
See? Well, you keep talking, keep spreading the message,
Yes.
spreading the message out, and you get more people involved. So when you talk about the young people's engagement, you said anywhere from 8 to 19 is what you're saying in terms of your reach and who you're trying to reach out to?
No, it could go as young as 4 to 21 to 25. Young people is a grand scale of ages, and so they can just reach all across.
We thank you for coming and sharing with us here on Open, and certainly we want people to become more involved and know a little bit more about this. As she said before, the tobacco ads that once on New York City Transit have been removed. Now we've got alcohol ads, and Kylie says that hopefully the alcohol ads can be removed as well. So you feel like you're putting on more pressure than the tobacco people?
Maybe, yes.
We're optimistic, but we'll see what happens, okay? Thank you so much
Thank
for coming.
you.
All righty, Kylie, thank you so much. Well, listen, unfortunately, we have come to the end of our show today. I want to thank our guests for joining us. Most of all, I want to thank you, the viewer, for tuning in. Now, if you missed any part of today's show, you can catch the Recablecast at 5 and 10 p.m. on Cablevision's Channel 67. If you have Verizon Fios, that would be Channel 33, or anytime. You can always check us out on the web at BronxNet.org. We want to thank you for watching this episode of Open. I'm Daren Jaime, reminding you stay safe and keep this channel wide open. Take care.